here in Fairbanks, Alaska for this 6-game series, the first of 6, featuring the visitors on the scoreboard, the Flagstaff Star Chasers, taking on your Alaska GoldPanners. If you'll turn to your programs, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the Flagstaff Star Chasers. Batting first, the second baseman, wearing number 29, Drew Berrigan. Batting second, the left fielder, wearing number 11, T.C. Strickler. Batting third, the third baseman, wearing number 21, Roberto Garza Nunez. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, wearing number 24, Bula White. Batting fifth, the shortstop, wearing number 10, Elijah Henning. Batting sixth, the first baseman, wearing number 19, Jack Nielsen. Batting seventh, the catcher, wearing number 8, is Taylor Knight. Batting eighth, the right fielder, wearing number 5, is Zach Morris. Batting ninth, the center fielder, wearing number 17, Calvin Soley. Tonight's starting pitcher for the Flagstaff Star Chasers is number 12, Derek Atkinson. And the rest of the Star Chasers, who are head coached by Mr. Dave Dushman. Sorry, I need to work on that. David Dushman. His assistant is Corey Russell, and the GM is Mr. Randy Barber. Deutschman. Thank you. Tonight's umpiring crew is as follows. Behind the dish at home plate is Mr. Keith Jackson. At first base is Mr. David Noah. And at third base is Mr. Dwayne Clemens. Now let's meet the defensive starters for your Alaska GoldPanners. Playing in right field, wearing the number 22, Sean Rimmer. Playing center field, wearing the number 25, Brock Kless. Playing left field, wearing the number 29, Brock Rudy. Playing third base, wearing the number 6, Tate Shamel. Playing shortstop, wearing the number 2, Marty Munoz. Playing second base, wearing the number 12, Griffin Harrison. Playing first base, wearing the number 4, Matthew Pennell. Catching for your Alaska GoldPanners is number 31, Blake Hiraki. Tonight's starting pitcher for your Alaska GoldPanners is number 36, Steven Vasquez. Your designated hitter tonight is number 35, Cole Alexander. And the rest of your Alaska GoldPanners were field managed by Mark Lindsay. He is assisted by Ryan Hansen, Jake Taylor, and Marcus Mastrovoni. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please stand. Kindly remove your hats, place your hand over your heart for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner. baseball fans, on the count of 3, I want you to yell out, play ball. 1, 2, 3.
Greetings, everyone, to a chilly night here in beautiful Fairbanks, Alaska. Thankfully, the sun has crept out here over the last half an hour or so. But a chilly late July night here. And the GoldPanners welcome a new opponent to town. The Flagstaff Star Chasers are here. The Star Chasers out of the Northern Arizona League pay a visit to Fairbanks for their first time. It's not everybody on the roster's first time, but first time for the organization out of Flagstaff, Arizona. The GoldPanners had a day off yesterday. The Star Chasers have had a bunch of days off before this game. They've had a trying summer. And we'll get more into that as this game
Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy tonight's game.
That's news to me that came over the public address as I was eavesdropping there. Nothing you need to worry about, but anyways, I digress. Garrow Von Dane here live, Chris Carlson on the controls. PannerVision Baseball for you here on YouTube. GoldPanners are 25-12 with one tie. The Star Chasers have a record of 20-6. This is the 62nd season of GoldPanners baseball. Star Chasers in their first season of play. Panners have won 9 out of 10. And get ready to welcome the Star Chasers here to Growden Memorial Park. The sun is out. The temperature has gone up about 8 degrees in the last few hours. That's nice. We're up to 58 degrees. The rest of the week looks pretty good. Tomorrow, 63 for a high, and then it gets a little warmer, 66, 71 on Friday, 75 on Saturday for our home finale. And we are ready to go here from Growden. GoldPanners baseball on PannerVision. We welcome you all back after an off day yesterday. And Steven Vasquez gets the baseball for the GoldPanners, and he deals the first pitch. Down low for ball 1 to Drew Berrigan. Drew Berrigan will be followed by T.C. Strickler and then Roberto Garcia Nunez, top 3 in the Star Chasers batting order. 2-0 from Vasquez to Drew Berrigan. It'll be Bula White, the designated hitter, batting 4th. Elijah Hennings, the shortstop, will bat 5th. Elijah Henning, rather. That one has popped out of play 2-1. Jack Nielsen batting 6th. Taylor Knight in the 7th spot. Zach Morris will bat 8th. And Calvin Soley will bat 9th. And Drew Berrigan snapped his bat in half on that foul ball, so a couple of pitches into this trip to Fairbanks, and he needs a new lumber. It's not the only lumber that's broken in half in the last 24 hours. Crazy winds here yesterday, reaching 45 miles per hour. As Vasquez misses way inside 3-1. Knocking out power for much of Fairbanks yesterday. Most people have their power back, but a lot still don't. Trees coming down all over town, power lines down. Here's a chopper up the middle and a backhanded stop by Harrison, who turns and throws and makes a great play to throw out Berrigan for the first out of the ball game. Harrison running to his right and then throwing to Pinal at first base and getting Berrigan by a hair. 1 up and 1 down for Steven Vasquez. GoldPanner defense. Blake Hiraki is catching for Steven Vasquez. Matthew Pinal at first. You heard Griffin Harrison there at second. Marty Munoz, the shortstop. Tate Shimau is at third base. And the outfield, it's Brock Rudy in left, Brock Kless in center field, and Sean Rimmer gets the start in right. The pitcher for the Star Chasers here in Game 1 will be Derek Atkinson. Atkinson, 6'1" right-hander from southwestern Oregon. Foul tip into the glove of Blake Hiraki. It's 1-2. Steven Vasquez, a 6'1" right-hander from Mount Sac, making his 10th appearance and 3rd start of the summer. Earned run average of 3.07 over 26 1/3. Catches the outside corner for strike 3. 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the first. The Star Chasers, yeah, they have a record of 20-6, but as General Manager Randy Barber was telling me before the game, they haven't faced the kind of competition they would have liked, no fault of their own. But that Northern Arizona League really had a lot of problems this year. The league season never really started. Star Chasers had a series with the Havasu Heat early on. Havasu winning that series, and then the other teams in the league just never got off the ground. That one is fouled back in the press box, right next to our public address man.
Yeah, I almost caught that, but I didn't want to risk getting a bruise on my hand.
Roberto Garcia Nunez swings and misses for strike 2. Garza Nunez out of Embry-Riddle University. And fouls that one back to the netting. It's 1 and 2. 2 up, 2 down so far for Vasquez here in the top of the first. Final home series of the summer for the GoldPanners. Final series for the Star Chasers, who have not played lately. This is their first game since July 17th. But the Star Chasers were able to hold things together this year, while the other teams in the league fell apart, other than the Havasu Heat. And then we're able to assemble some type of schedule. And strike 3 called on Garza Nunez. A couple of strikeouts and a 1-2-3 first for Steven Vasquez. GoldPanners coming to bat. Back here in Fairbanks, Growden Memorial Park, home of the GoldPanners since 1961. Panners born in 1960 and moved into this ballpark in August of '61 and played here ever since. GoldPanners welcoming the Flagstaff Star Chasers to town. 6 games in 5 days to wrap up the home portion of the season. The GoldPanners will be off to Salt Lake City late Sunday night, Monday morning for the Gates World Series in Kearns, Utah. Looking forward to that. I have posted the information about that series on my Twitter, @VoiceOfGman. Our first game will be next Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Mountain Time against Idaho. That'll be our first game at the Gates World Series. Very competitive field there, 8 teams. And Tate Shamau leading off for the GoldPanners against Derek Atkinson, the right-hander from southwestern Oregon. Freshman starts with the ball and 2 strikes to Tate Shamau, the recent high school grad that will be playing at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Beautiful area that is. That's where Shamau will begin his collegiate career. Tate will be followed by Brock Rudy and then Sean Rimmer. Matthew Penal batting cleanup. Cole Alexander is the designated hitter tonight, batting 5th. Brock Kless in the 6th spot. Chopped foul, it's 2-2 on Shamau. The 7, 8, 9 hitters for the GoldPanners, Marty Munoz, Blake Hiraki, and Griffin Harrison. The Panners are coached by first-year field manager, second-year coach Mark Lindsay out of Chico State. He's assisted by Ryan Hansen, Jake Taylor, and Marcus Mastroboni. Ball 3, it's 3-2. The Star Chasers are managed by David Deutschman, assisted by Corey Russell. The general manager is Randy Barber. Some GoldPanner connections and Fairbanks connections with these Star Chasers. 3-2 pitch to Shamau, misses for ball 4. And a leadoff walk to Tate. He likes to run, and that brings up Brock Rudy.
Now up to bat for your GoldPanners, number 29, Brock Rudy.
GoldPanner outfielder Brock Rudy is batting .426 this year. What a summer for Brock Rudy. He's on a 17-game hitting streak, and he's 17 for his last 24 at the plate. Brock at the University of Utah this past season. He'll be at Hawaii this upcoming season, along with 4 other GoldPanners.
That foul ball brought to you by Foundation Health Partners.
0-1 to Rudy. He was recruited as a catcher, had a knee injury, but still wanted to play this summer. Asked if he could play in the outfield since he wasn't going to be able to catch. And Mark Lindsay said absolutely, and great decision there by Coach Lindsay. Ball and a strike to Brock. Breezy night here, wind blowing out towards right center after the wild winds yesterday knocking power out everywhere in Fairbanks. Both grocery stores in this part of town were knocked out of power. All the traffic lights were just flashing. It was a wild day yesterday. And for much of the day, it was really warm. It was hot. Cooled down significantly overnight. Ball and 2 strikes to Brock Rudy with Shamau at first base. And nobody out, bottom of the first, no score. Steven Vasquez a 1-2-3 top of the first, and Rudy lines this one to left. And the hitting streak goes to 18 consecutive games. And here's Sean Rimmer for the GoldPanners. Sean also has had a fantastic summer.
Now to bat for your GoldPanners, number 22, Sean
batting
Rimmer.
.358 with 7 home runs. That leads the team. Rimmer 14 for his last 32 with 3 home runs mixed in. 13 runs batted in over that span. Another one of the GoldPanners that will be at Hawaii this upcoming season. He bats with 2 aboard and nobody out here in the bottom of the first. And a slow roller right side of the infield, charging it as Berrigan, and he can't make a play to first. And Shamau's going to try to score the throw home. beats him there, and able to hang on to the ball is Knight. Shimau thinks he's safe, but out is the call at the plate. Shimau trying to score on the infield hit by Rimmer. But he is out number one. Rudy goes to third on the play. And that'll bring up Matthew Pennell in the cleanup spot. Matthew Pennell, two-way player for the GoldPanners, freshman from Long Beach College, 6'2". And hits this one through the right side. That'll bring in the first run of the game as Rudy scores on the RBI single for Matthew Pennell. The first four have reached safely here in the bottom of the first against Derek Atkinson. Brings up Cole Alexander.
Number 35, Cole Alexander.
Where will Cole be playing baseball this upcoming year? Yeah, you guessed it. He will also be a Hawaii Rainbow Warrior. Sophomore, 6'6". Also pitches for Fairbanks out of Georgetown, Texas. 2 aboard, 1 run is in, and 1 out. Swings and misses for strike 1. So the Star Chasers are led by general manager Randy Barber, who was born and raised in Fairbanks. Randy's uncle Carol was a fixture here in the Little League Baseball, coaching and running programs. And Randy has grown up in baseball as the GM for these Star Chasers. Back in 2009, the GoldPanners had a barnstorming team. And they sat on a school bus and drove through Canada and the northwestern U.S. and all the way to Wichita, Kansas. And Randy Barber was the bus driver for that team. Longtime coach as well. Alexander the batter with 2 aboard and 1 out. It's 1-zip GoldPanners. David Deutschman played for that GoldPanner barnstorming team in 2009. Played first base. The head coach of the Star Chasers. And David, the nephew of a name of a coach that a lot of people in summer baseball know, Mickey Deutschman, the late Mickey Deutschman. This one is lined to right, and falling over is the right fielder Morris. He's able to get back up and find the baseball, but Rimmer comes in to score. And an RBI double for Cole Alexander makes it 2-0 GoldPanners. Morris chasing after that ball and just caught his foot or something and tumbled in right field.
Now up to bat for your GoldPanners.
But he gives a thumbs up to say he's okay. But the Panners swinging the bats here in the first inning.
I look real good today.
Pennell at third, Alexander at second. It's 2-0 GoldPanners. And Brock Kless the batter. 5 straight have reached safely. There is 1 out. Tate Shimau was thrown out trying to score. Swing and a miss from Kless out of UC San Diego. Yeah, Mickey Deutschman, long time coach of the San Diego Stars. That was nephew David Deutschman, a coach at Southwestern Oregon. And the field manager for these Star Chasers find themselves in trouble here in the first inning. A ball and a strike on Kless. Swing and a miss, 1-2. These cold temperatures welcoming the Star Chasers to town. They haven't seen this kind of weather in a while, if ever, some of them. But again, it did warm up a little bit here the last couple hours. 2 hours ago it was drizzling, cold. The sun is peeking out. That ball is fouled out of play. It's 1-2 on Kless with runners at second and third.
Barbecue.
The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Inside for ball 2. After Kless would be Marty Munoz. Panners have been pretty good at home once again this year, 20-7 with 1 tie. 4 of those 7 losses came to the San Diego Waves. Panners took the first 2 of a 6-game series with the Waves, but then San Diego took 4 straight, and they have had a remarkable season. This one is a little bloop into shallow right, going back and dropping the baseball is Barragan. And Pinal will score. He was able to get to the baseball and reach for it over the shoulder, and it bounces off the glove.
Now up to bat for your GoldPanners, number 2, Marty Munoz.
There's a little huff in the house, a little huff in the press box. So it's 3-0 GoldPanners with just 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And still gold at the corners for Marty Munoz. GoldPanner infielder Marty Munoz from Cal Baptist can bring in some more Panner runs, and he fouls this one back and out of play. After Munoz is Hiraki, still just 1 out in the inning.
The Glass Doctor specializes in fixing
6 straight have reached safely against Derek Atkinson. Panners just coming off a 5-game sweep of the undermanned San Francisco Seals. Panners scored over 13 runs per game on average in that series.
Nope.
Nothing in 1 on Munoz. Got a slow start to the season, but he's 12 for his last 29. Fouls this one back. Panners have hit the ball well all summer, averaging nearly 8 runs per game and batting over 300 as a team. They did lose one of their top hitters in Rafael Flores last week, who signed a free agent contract with the New York Yankees. It's been a while since the Panners had a player sign mid-season. It used to happen with regularity. The draft was much earlier in June. See you, John. Bye. Fist bump. You got a nice boogie. You.
Another foul ball brought to you by
Our friend John Huff here in the press box for a rare visit, former GoldPanner president, and still very much involved in GoldPanner activities off the field.
One of my mentors got me going on this.
Chris's mentor, PannerVision mentor. Yeah, Johnny used to run the PannerVision, has his own production company here in Alaska, Alaska Universal Productions. And they do jobs all over the state, backlining and setting up sound for concerts and live events. John's a little one with him. How old is that youngster? About a year and a half or so?
Yeah. A little longer than I've been here.
Runner takes off, 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss for Munoz, and the throw goes into center field, way off the mark. So jogging in to score is Alexander. Munoz strikes out, so there are 2 outs in the inning. Stolen base for Kless. And it's 4-0 Fairbanks with Blake Hiraki stepping to the plate.
Bat for your GoldPanners, number 31, Blake Hiraki.
Couple of errors here in the first inning charged to the Star Chasers. And Blake Hiraki ready to bat as the 8th batter of the inning here in the first. Star Chasers flew up and landed this morning. Could excuse them if they're a little jet lagged, but they're young, right?
They can handle it.
Swing and a miss. When we fly to Salt Lake City, we land around 10 in the morning. I think that flight departs at 2 a.m. Ugh.
Oh,
Yep.
first I've heard of that.
Yep.
I kind of expected.
2 a.m. departure from Fairbanks International Airport. Get to Salt Lake around 10 with a layover in Seattle in between. And then, do what you do after a night like that.
Yeah.
Just survive for a few more hours, go to bed, and then we'll have a game on Tuesday, 12:30 p.m. Mountain Time. The Waves are going to be there. San Francisco Seals are scheduled to be there. If they are, I'm sure they're going to have a much bigger roster than they did here. In the dirt, kept by Taylor Knight. Two balls and a strike to Hiraki, catcher from Hawaii, with Griffin Harrison on deck. The Waves ended up going 22-2 in the league. They lost to the San Diego Stars in their final regular season game. They were 22-1 before that loss. Grounded foul. The Waves finished 29-6 with one tie.
Foul ball brought to you by Tommy G.
So they will be a
Meat
formidable
and
opponent
Sausage.
in Salt Lake City. Long bottom of the first for Derek Atkinson. It's popped back and out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by Sammy Can.
Bruh.
You can find all the information on that Utah tournament at Gates World Series. Fouled out of play again.
That foul ball brought to you by Alaska
Las Vegas
Universal
Gamblers are going to be
Productions.
there. The Utah Marshals, of course, team comprised of high school graduates that are committed to Division I schools. The UCL Stars, the Game Day Angels, the GoldPanners' Tuesday opponent, the Idaho Catch. Another ball foul back, 2-2, the 8th batter of the inning. Blake Hiraki. Honolulu native, sophomore, GoldPanner catcher tonight, 2-2 with a runner at second. 4 runs are in. And a swing and a miss The strikeout of Hiraki finally ends the first, but not before the GoldPanners score 4 on 4 base hits. We're headed to the second, 4-0 GoldPanners. Top of the second inning from Growden here in Fairbanks, Alaska. 57 degrees in Fairbanks. Pretty good breeze blowing out towards right center. Sun feels good. Glad that decided to show up here this evening. Bula White leads off, the designated hitter out of the cleanup spot. A 1-2-3 top of the first with 2 strikeouts for Steven Vasquez. He gets a swing and a miss here. And it's 0-2. Already a left-hander throwing in the bullpen for the Star Chasers. Should have everybody ready to go pretty much. No, they haven't played a game since July 17th. And that one is hit high into shallow left field. Brock Rudy will come in and make the catch and take care of Bula White. 4 up and 4 down for Vasquez. Brings up Elijah Henning. Elijah Henning, another Southwest Oregon player. 6'2" right-handed hitter. If you look across the Star Chasers roster, there's a couple of Chico State guys where Panner head coach Mark Lindsay coaches. But Northeast College, Nebraska, some Embry-Riddle players, and Abilene Christian. Cleveland College. And Phoenix College. So kind of spread out, this group. 2 balls and no strikes to Henning. He pops this one high out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by Alaska Aerofuel.
Summer winding down here in Fairbanks. But we've got some warmer days ahead here the rest of this week. Should be pretty nice. Hasn't really gotten too hot here this summer.
June was a little.
Heads up.
June was.
Got to 80 for a week, and that was about it.
Yeah, we hit 80 for about a week or so. But no, none of those 90-degree days. It's been pretty nice. There was a few weeks there with heavy smoke, which was pretty miserable, but we left for 2 of those weeks. Thankfully, Henning strikes out. 3rd K for Steven Vasquez, the right-hander from Mount Sac. And that brings up Jack Nielsen. First baseman. out of Abilene Christian University, 6'2" freshman. Star Chasers happy to get back on the field after some off time and happy to face some better competition.
What was that?
Way outside from Vasquez. Garrow Von Dane here in Fairbanks. Beginning of a 6-game series, 6 games over 5 days. Tomorrow night, again, 6:30 p.m. Same goes for Thursday, then Friday night, a 7 p.m. start. And then Saturday will be a doubleheader beginning at 1 p.m. Fan Appreciation Day here at Growden on the final day of the season here in Fairbanks. GoldPanners, an independent team, do not play in the Alaska League like many people think. Used to, not for some time now.
Finish him.
And Griffin Harrison, or rather Jack Nielsen, not Griffin Harrison. Griffin is leading off next inning.
That foul ball brought to you by State Farm Insurance.
Another foul ball from Nielsen. It's 4-zip GoldPanners. Henderson 8 batters to the plate in the bottom of the first, scoring 4 times on 4 hits. A couple of errors charged to the Star Chasers. Vasquez. And it's a liner to left, and the first hit of the game for the Star Chasers belongs to Jack Nielsen. A single to left with 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Brings up Taylor Knight,
Now up to bat for the Star Chasers.
catcher from
8,
Bluefield
Taylor
College.
Knight.
Says Virginia. I know there's a Bluefield, West Virginia. But maybe Bluefield, maybe this Bluefield College is actually in Virginia. Four 4-0 lead for Fairbanks. The Star Chasers have a runner at first now with 2 away. And it's ball 1 to Taylor Knight. Zach Morris would follow. Remember, you can follow the GoldPanners on all the usual social media sites. Grounded sharply to short, and Munoz to second for the force out. That's it for the Star Chasers here in the second. It's 4-0 GoldPanners. Now it's Griffin Harrison. Griff will be followed by the top of the order, Tate Shamau and Brock Rudy. Harrison, the freshman from Sacramento State. 6'1" right-handed hitter. An excellent fielder for the GoldPanners. Batting, taking ball one from Derek Atkinson, who labored through the first, allowing 4 runs on 4 base hits. Harrison batting .231 this year. And the 1-1 pitch to him is skipped in the dirt for ball 2. Started to mention the social media sites for the GoldPanners. We post the broadcast link every night on the Twitter @RealGoldPanners, as do I @VoiceOfGman. We try to put some lineups up if we get the opportunity, and any other news. And on the Facebook page and on Instagram, you can see tons of pictures. Our photographer, Alexis Friedman, snapping away every night and posting those on the Facebook and Instagram pages. And our friend McKinley handles the GoldPanner TikTok page. Here's the 3-1 to Harrison. And he misses up high for ball 4. And trouble ahead here for Atkinson, as he now will go to the top of the order after the leadoff walk. So Tate Shamau.
Number 6, Tate Shamau.
Shamau walked in the first inning, was thrown out at the plate trying to score. Shamau has had a great July. He's up to .339. That one is lifted high into left, and Strickler comes in to make the catch. And Shamau is out number 1 here in the second inning. That's a big out for Atkinson, with the big 3 coming up: Rudy, Rimmer, and Pinal.
Brock Rudy.
Rudy extending his hitting streak to 18 consecutive games with a single in the first. And the battery mates talking things over right now on the mound. Panners have won 9 of their last 10. The only loss was in the final game of the series with the Inland Valley Pirates. It was the second game of a doubleheader. Panners had dominated in one-sided scores, the Pirates, and when they lost the final game in a close one, despite allowing just 4 base hits, they lost 3-2. Strike cold on Rudy. And the 0-1 to Brock is outside for ball 1. The Star Chasers played their home games at Coconino High School in Flagstaff. But again, had to struggle through a season where most of the teams in the league just never got off the ground. Randy Barber, general manager, was telling me that the Sholo, Arizona team that didn't last very long, 74-year-old Steve Koenig was playing in left field for them because they didn't have enough guys. He didn't bat, but he played out in left. Our old friend Steve Koenig, a longtime assistant coach with the Everett Merchants. And walked into a difficult situation in Sholo, Arizona, along with former GoldPanner head coach Tim Kelly. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rudy with a runner at first and 1 out. And Rudy just hits one foul third base side.
That foul ball brought to you by Alaska Field Distributors.
We're in the bottom of the second inning here at Growden, and it's 4-zip GoldPanners. The 2-2 from Atkinson, and Rudy hits this one into left field for a base hit as he goes the other way. A 2-for-2 start to the game for Brock Rudy. And Sean Rimmer, who singled and scored in the first, will stand in.
Now up to bat for your GoldPanners, number 22, Sean Rimmer.
Got some GoldPanners with high averages this summer. Talked about Rudy and his 426. Rimmer at 358 coming into the game. Hiraki is way up now, and that one hits Rimmer up high. And that one hurt a little bit, so
That hit by pitch is brought to you by Santa Barbara
slowly
Law
make his way to
Office.
first base.
You've been hit by a pitch. May need a call, Bill. on
First
this
hit
one.
batsman of the game
May
for
need a
Derek
pitch.
Atkinson. Yeah, Hiraki started the day batting .351. Dominic Hughes, .351 this year. Rafael Flores, who left to sign with the New York Yankees, he was batting
Now up to bat for your
.347.
GoldPanners, number 4, Matthew Pennell.
And here's Matthew Pennell. Pennell batting a mere .341 for Fairbanks. That was before his RBI single in the first inning. He bats here with Gold on every base and 1 out. Alexander on deck. Panners already leading by 4 and an opportunity to pick up a bunch more. Strike called on Pennell. The 1-strike pitch. Swings through it for strike 2. Pennell with 4 home runs this year. The GoldPanners have 21. The 0-2. And he hits this one past diving third baseman Garza Nunez into left field. 1 run comes in to score. Pennell with an 0-2 count, able to protect and go the other way. And it's 5-0 GoldPanners.
Now up to bat for your GoldPanners,
Harrison
number
scores, and
55,
everybody else up 90 feet.
Alexander.
Alexander with an RBI double in the first. He also scored in that 4-run first inning. It's now 5-zip. The base is still full of Gold with only 1 out. And it's ball 1 to Cole Alexander. Batting .319 coming into the game. Swings and misses for strike 1. Steven Vasquez has been efficient for the GoldPanners. He's faced 7 batters in 2 innings. Just 1 base hit. He's waiting a little bit longer for his turn in the 3rd. Bases loaded. Alexander the batter with Kless on deck, and here's the 2-1 from Atkinson. Strike called. And it's 2-2. Atkinson needs an out here. The leadoff walk started this inning. And the 2-2. Crowd getting into it. Maybe just to stay warm.
I think that's a player.
Is that a player? Hard to tell from up here. He's the 2-2. And ripped just inside the first base bag. The base hit will bring in Rudy. Here comes Rimmer behind him. Pinal will be waved around. And all the way to 3rd goes Cole Alexander with a bases clearing triple. And the Panners all over the Flagstaff Star Chasers. It's 8-0 in the 2nd inning, and time will be called. That one slapped right down the line. And it clears the bases for Cole Alexander's triple. And it's all GoldPanners again here tonight in game 1 of this series with the Star Chasers. 8-0, Fairbanks in front. We're going to talk things over on the mound. Yeah, this is game 1 of 6 over 5 days tomorrow night. Should be a little bit warmer. And we'll have a 6:30 p.m. start once again here, Alaska time. Now it looks like somebody else will get up in the pen for the Chasers. And their blue and gold tops.
Now to bat for
And
your
Atkinson
GoldPanners,
saying, what do I have to do to
25,
get an out here?
Kless.
Brock Kless reached on an error in the 1st inning. Second baseman Berrigan was running out into the right field grass, trying to catch one over the shoulders, and it bounced off of his glove. That one's fouled back. A lot of these Panner hits coming with 2 strikes also.
Daughters. Come for the gold, stay for the fun with the Gold Daughters.
8-0. Fairbanks in front and a runner at 3rd. Still just 1 out in the inning. That one's fouled back and out of play.
Heads up. That foul ball brought to you by the Pita Pit.
It was Golden Days this past week, wrapping up over the weekend. A lot of celebrations in town. Parade and the street festival and music. And that pretty much puts a wrap on summer celebrations here as temperatures start to cool, the nights start to get a little darker, and the long, cold winter lying ahead. Does that make you feel good, Chris?
Well, I try to keep the celebration going until the snow flies, and then everything better be picked off the ground.
Well, you got a little time before the snow flies.
End of September.
But that's what makes summer so great up here. Everyone's, not 1 minute take it for granted up here. Here's the 1-2 to Kless. Gets a piece of it to stay alive. A busy first couple of innings for Derek Atkinson. A couple of right-handers getting loose for the Star Chasers. Lined right to the shortstop Henning, and Alexander is picked off third. So that's the way the inning comes to a close. But the Panners add 4 more. It's 8-0 after 2. We start the top of inning number 3 here from Growden Memorial Park, Fairbanks, Alaska. Garrow Von Dane with you live. Glad to have you with us for more GoldPanners baseball as the home portion of the season winds down. This is game 1 of a 6-game series with the Flagstaff Star Chasers. GoldPanners with an 8-0 lead after 2. 8 runs on 7 base hits. The bases clearing triple for Cole Alexander in the second, the big shot. And that one is lined to right for a base hit off the bat of Zach Morris. This one's going to be extra bases as Morris hustles into second standing up. Second hit of the game for the Chasers. And a leadoff double for Zach Morris against Steven Vasquez.
Number 17, Calvin Soley.
Calvin Soley getting his first plate appearance for the Chasers. Outfielder from Embry-Riddle University, 6'1" right-handed hitter. Has the start in center field today. And now a left-hander throwing in the pen. And somebody's very upset downstairs.
Probably a Star Chaser fan.
Yeah, could be a young little Star Chaser fan, yeah. There's still time, kid. It's only the 3rd inning. Calvin Soley with a runner at second and nobody out. Swings and misses for strike 1. Up high for ball 2. 2 hits now for the Star Chasers. 2 errors have been costly. A leadoff walk didn't help in the second inning, nor did a hit batsman. Both of them came in to score. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2 on Soley.
Finish him.
It's been a while since the Chasers faced some good competition. Again, they faced the Havasu Heat back in the early mid-June, but really haven't since then. Went on a 16-game winning streak.
That foul ball brought to you by Doyon Utilities.
And credit to their players for sticking it out through a tough season. Here's the 2-2. Off the end of the bat over the mound. Charging it is Munoz, and it gets under his glove. And so the runner will score. That'll be a hit and an error because Munoz was not going to get the runner. So a base hit for Soley.
For the Star Chasers, number 29, Drew
But
Berrigan.
the error allows Morris to come around third and score. And the Star Chasers are on the board. It's an 8-1 game. We'll go to the top of the order for Drew Berrigan. Grounded out to second back in the first inning. And that one's fouled back, 0-1. Flagstaff getting some much needed offense here in the second inning, or in the third inning, want to keep it going. One of the other teams in this league was the Prescott, Arizona team that no-showed when we were in Seattle to void that tournament and turned it into just kind of a round robin with the Studs and Merchants. Line to right, that's a base hit. Berrigan, and the ball is scooped on one hop drop momentarily. Rimmer does get it in. And so runners at the corners now. As Soley goes all the way to the third.
11,
And 3 consecutive hits to open up the third for the Star Chasers after they just had 1 hit in the first 2 innings. A big opportunity here for Flagstaff to climb back into this one. T.C. Strickler will be the batter. Roberto Garza Nunez moves to the on-deck circle. Strike called, 0-1. Strickler struck out looking in the first. And it's 1-1. .59 junior from Embry-Riddle. And he lines this one over the leaping Harrison into center field, and that brings in another Flagstaff run. It's 8-2, and the 4th consecutive hit here in the 3rd inning. Puts runners at first and second, and here comes GoldPanner bench coach Marcus Mastroboni.
Now to bat for the Star Chasers.
Longtime farmhand in the Chicago Cubs organization, Mastroboni, dipping his toes in the coaching waters here this summer. He had to make a decision whether or not he wanted to keep playing, but now coaching, and Marcus getting married in September. So congratulations. Tying the knot. Roberto Garza Nunez, a strikeout victim in the first. Now bats with 2 on. 2 runs are in here in the 3rd for the Star Chasers. Strike called. Garza Nunez with Bula White on deck.
And, you know, pack these pots before you
Fantastic.
This one is going to be dropped into shallow left for a base hit. Bases are going to be loaded. 5 consecutive hits here in the inning for Flagstaff. And now Vasquez will work to Bula White.
Now to bat for the Star Chasers, number 24, Bula White.
And what a chance here for Bula White. Star Chasers were down 8-0 to start the third. 2 runs are in, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Steven Vasquez misses outside, ball 1. And a strike called, evens it at 1-1. Vasquez needing an out here. There's another strike, 1-2. Bula White, 6'3", 222, freshman from Southwestern Oregon. Vasquez in front here, 1-2. Blows it by him for strike 3. Big strikeout for Vasquez.
Now up to bat for the Star Chasers, number 10,
And now Elijah Hennings with 1 out. And the base is loaded. Hennings struck out swinging in the second against Vasquez. Foul tip off the mask of catcher Blake Hiraki. Hiraki and Isaac Shook sharing the catching duties. Isaac's got a birthday coming up. A bunch of Panner birthdays this week. Including first base coach Jake Taylor. His birthday will be on Sunday. Head coach Mark Lindsay's birthday on Friday. Nothing in 2 here on Elijah Henning. Bases stacked. 1 out and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts after the 5 consecutive hits. And now it's up to Jack Nielsen to get a big base hit for Flagstaff.
Now at the bat for the Star Chasers,
Nielsen
number
singled in the
19,
second.
Jack Nielsen.
Nielsen awaits the first pitch from Vasquez. With Berrigan at third, Strickler at second, and Garza Nunez at first. Vasquez has struck out 5 through 2 2/3. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Finish him.
The 0-2, and it's well outside. Stopped by Hiraki, and he keeps it nearby. But Vasquez a strike away from putting an end to this top of the third. And stranding the bases full. Knight is on deck, should Nielsen reach. And here's the 1-2. Checked his swing. Did not go. It's 2-2.
Nope.
The 8th batter of the inning. 2 runs have crossed. And the 2-2 delivery, swing and a miss. He strikes out 3 in a row. Star Chasers get 2, but they leave him loaded. It's 8-2 GoldPanners after 2.5. New pitcher into the game for the Star Chasers as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. GoldPanners in front 8-2. And it's number 28, Jordan Caesar. Jordan Caesar, number 28, the left-hander from southwestern Oregon, 6'1" freshman against Marty Munoz. The Star Chasers pick up 2 in the top of the 3rd. Look like they might get a bunch more. Had the bases loaded, nobody out, 2 runs were in, but Steven Vasquez bears down and strikes out 3 in a row, gets them all swinging. 6 Ks in 3 innings for Vasquez. Garo Von Dane here at Growden. GoldPanners baseball on PannerVision. Live games on the web that began back in 2001. Strike 3 called on Munoz. Munoz has been struck out twice in the game.
Now up to bat.
And that'll bring up Blake Hiraki.
Number 31.
Hiraki and then Harrison do up for Fairbanks. Panners got 4 in the first, 4 in the second. Atkinson with a leadoff walk in each of the first 2 innings. That started GoldPanner rallies. But here Jordan Caesar strikes out the first batter of the third as the sun comes back out again. What's today, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Everything now is our last. It's our last Tuesday in Fairbanks. Our last game one of a series in Fairbanks. Swing and a miss from Hiraki. It's 2-1. Off the end of the bat, one hopper to second. Berrigan throws out Hiraki 4-3. When do you go back to work at the school, Chris?
It's a couple days after we get back, around the.
Now up to bat for your GoldPanners.
Oh, wow, that early? August 9th or 10th?
Griffin Harrison.
Man, oh man.
That's for all the preschool parties, season parties, you know. They have to get to know each other again.
Chris, a school teacher here in Fairbanks. Pitch from Caesar misses inside. 1-0 on Griffin Harrison, who walked and scored in the second inning. 2 innings for Derek Atkinson. 8 runs on 8 hits. Walked 2, struck out 2. Seven of those runs were earned. And now Jordan Caesar takes over, the left-hander. Gets the strike call. 2-1 to Griff. If Griff would reach, it would be the top of the order, Tate Shamau. Wind blowing straight out to center field, and Harrison with a base hit to left. He's been on base twice in the game. Go to the top of the order for Tate Shamau, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. He was thrown out at home back in the first inning. The Honolulu, Hawaii native. Runner at first with 2 away. The Panners leading 8-2, bottom of the third, and that one's behind Shamau, and took Harrison a moment, but then he takes off for second on the wild pitch. In the bottom of the first 6 Panners reached safely. A leadoff walk, then 4 hits, and then Kless reaching on an error. Three hits in the second inning, also a walk and a hit batsman. Ended up helping the GoldPanners to 4 runs. Shamau swings and misses for strike 1. Shamau with Brock Rudy on deck. One and two. The wind seems to be picking up again now. Flags are stiff out to right center. Thankfully, it's not blowing directly in our face tonight as it has in the past. Most of the weather comes from behind us, so we often don't see it coming. Suddenly it's just pouring rain. I didn't see any rain in the forecast tonight. And here's the 2-2 to Shamau with Harrison at second base. 2 outs. Jordan Caesar readies. And he misses outside for ball 3. Full count on Shamau. And the payoff pitch on the way. And he misses for ball 4. Second walk earned by Shamau in the game. And the top of the third will continue for Brock Rudy.
Now to bat for your GoldPanners, number 29, Brock Rudy.
Well, you never want to face Rudy with runners on. And the walk to Shamau means that's exactly what will happen here. Brock already 2 for 2 in the game. Couple of singles. He's scored 2 runs. Can add some more GoldPanner runs here with a base hit. Caesar's first pitch is in for strike 1. Caesar got rid of the first 2 batters of the inning, but then a single by Harrison. Shamau draws the walk. And it's popped up. Elijah Henning, shortstop, goes back onto the grass, still going back, and will make the catch for out number 3. Panners do not score.
Your GoldPanners did not hit a home run.
And they leave a couple of men on, but they lead it 8-2 after 3. The winds have picked up, but the sun is out here in Fairbanks. Good to have you with us on PannerVision here from Growden Memorial Park. Still a decent crowd here tonight on a chilly Tuesday, final week of the home season. GoldPanners leading 8-2. Steven Vasquez out for his 4th inning of work and loses his balance on the first pitch to Taylor Knight. Misses for ball 1. Knight, the Star Chasers catcher, grounded to short in his first plate appearance. Star Chasers sent 8 batters to the plate in the 3rd, but got only 2 runs. Scored 2 runs, and now the base is loaded with nobody out, but Vasquez then struck out the next 3 to end the inning. It'll be Knight, Morris, and Calvin Soley due up here in the 4th. Strike called, it's 1-2. And it hits him on the helmet. Breaking ball on a 1-2 pitch.
That hit by
Just skims the front of Taylor Knight's helmet. He's fine.
Don't call Saul, call Bill.
And they hit batsman to lead off the inning.
Now up to bat for the Star Chasers.
Second consecutive
Number
inning the
5,
leadoff man
Zach
has reached.
Morris.
For the Star Chasers, brings up Zach Morris, who doubled and scored in the 3rd inning. One of Mark Lindsay's players at Chico State, Zach Morris. Started the season with the Sholo, Arizona team. That fell apart. And then joined up with Randy Barber's Star Chasers.
That foul ball brought to you by
Head coach Mark Lindsay, or Panner head coach Mark Lindsay, telling Zach basically, hey, guess what? You're going to get to come to Alaska. It's pretty cool. Up high for a ball. It's 1-2. Zach Morris, also a right-handed pitcher. There's also Rylan Tinsley, a left-hander out of Chico State on the roster. Two balls and 2 strikes here on Morris, with a runner at first and nobody out. And it's chopped foul. It is a sturdy wind blowing out the center right now. Poked through the right side for a base hit. Morris has his 2nd hit of the game. And 2 on for Flagstaff here in the 4th.
Now up to bat for the Star Chasers.
They started the
Number
3rd with
17,
5
Calvin
consecutive
Soley.
hits. Now they go back to work here in the 4th. Hit batsman, a single. And now Calvin Soley out of the 9 spot. He reached on an infield single and scored in the 3rd. Swing and a miss. 0-1 to Soley. Panners will have the 3, 4, and 5 spots due up in the bottom of the 4th. Ball and a strike from Steven Vasquez. There is a right-hander throwing in the pen for the GoldPanners. It looks to be Caden Hogan. Vasquez deals a strike. It's 1-2.
Finish him.
Soley was jumping out of the way, but it came back across the plate for a strike. 2 on, nobody out, and the 1-2 to Soley. Big curveball, and it's grounded left side. Charging it is Munoz, and he throws to first, and it's dug out of the dirt by Pinal for the out. Both runners move up, but now 1 away here in the 4th. On the 6-3 put out of Soley.
Star Chasers, number
And we
29,
go to the
Drew
top of the
Berrigan.
order for Drew Berrigan. Another Embry-Riddle University product. Drew Berrigan. TC Strickler will bat next. Ball and no strikes to Berrigan, who is 1 for 2 with a single in the game. 7 hits for the Star Chasers. Eight hits for the GoldPanners. And it's hit high and deep into right field. Rimmer's going back, and it's going to bounce in front of the wall. 1 run comes in to score. That'll be all. I don't know if Rimmer lost sight of it in the sun or what occurred there, but that's a double for Drew Berrigan as he drives in the 3rd run of the game for the Star Chasers. Knight comes in to score. Morris winds up at 3rd. And still just 1 out in the inning. TC Strickler's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Grounds one to the right side. This will score a run. The only play is at first base. The 4-3 putout will score Morris. And it's an 8-4 game. Panners led 8-0 after 2.
Now to bat for the Star Chasers, number 21.
Star Chasers climbing back into this one. 2 away for Roberto Garza Nunez, who is 1 for 2. Each team now with 8 base hits. That one's in the dirt, stopped by Hiraki, which is important with the runner at 3rd. Panner baseball here on PannerVision. Every game, all series will be right here on our YouTube page. Remember to click the subscribe button at the top of the page while you're there. And a roller to second. Harrison has it to Pinal. The 4-3 putout ends the 4th, but not before the Star Chasers add 2 more. It's now an 8-4 game through 3.5. 3-2 on Shamau. And he hammers this one to left center. On the run, it's out of the reach of the center fielder Moore. And Harrison jogs in to score. It's 5-0 Panners. Hughes comes around 3rd. He will score. And Tate Shamau with a 2-run double. Line to right, a base hit for Rudy. Make it a 16-game hitting streak. Ball is bobbled in right, and Rudy takes the opportunity to get to second and does. And it's grounded right side and through for a base hit. Oh, wow, what a great stop by Garcia. No chance to make a throw out of the wet grass. Well, I can't believe he was able to get to that baseball. Blake Hiraki's been on base all 4 times and make it 5 as he lines one to left for a base hit. 3rd hit of the game for Blake. 2 aboard for the GoldPanners with Marty Munoz stepping in. And
the atmosphere, the games.
Smoke to left by Harrison. This one is back, and it's hitting the top of the tree beyond the left field fence, and it rolls onto 2nd Avenue. A 3-run home run for Griffin Harrison in front of Mom and Grandma. 15-3 GoldPanners and a group hug at home plate. Big moment for Griff. That'll go to the top of the order for Hughes. And the battery mates are leaving the field. Moving to the bottom of the 4th here at Growden Park, Fairbanks, Alaska. GoldPanners baseball here on PannerVision. Fairbanks enjoying an 8-4 lead after 3.5. It was 8-0 after 2. But 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th for the Star Chasers. Have them back into the game. Rimmer, Pinal, and Alexander due up here. 3, 4, and 5 spots for the GoldPanners against Jordan Caesar, the left-hander. And it's hit up the middle, a long run, scooped by Henning, and he throws wildly to first, so Rimmer is safe at first base. And they're going to give him second, so it's a hit and an error for Rimmer.
Now to bat for your goalpanners, number 4, Matthew Pennell.
And he'll be in a scoring position for Matthew Pennell. Pennell 2 for 2 already with a couple of runs batted in and 2 runs scored. Keith Jackson is the home plate umpire. He's cleaning off the plate right now. David Noah's at first and Dwayne Clements at third base. It's been a fun season here in Fairbanks. A lot of great games, some comeback wins, another all-time classic Midnight Sun game. And here we are in the final home series. Pennell right down the line, but he hooks it just foul.
That foul ball brought to you by
We've had
the
some great
Bulldoggers.
Wash here.
Wash your worries away, one pan at a time.
And sure to have a
with
few
the
more here
Bulldoggers.
as the season winds down. The weather should be a little nicer the rest of the series. Not too bad right now, just windy and it's jacket weather.
Cutting down trees.
Yeah, everyone's still dealing with the aftermath of all the power outages from the windstorms yesterday. This one's grounded right side. Berrigan throws on to first. First time Pennell's been retired in the game. Over to third goes Rimmer for now Cole Alexander. Yeah, a lot of people are just worn out from chainsawing trees that fell in their yard today. And dealing with, you know what happens when you lose power and your refrigerator isn't working. Alexander with a double and a triple so far. And he takes a strike. Nothing in one with Rimmer at third base and one out. Chops it right side and played at first base by Nielsen. The run will score. It's 9-4 GoldPanners as Rimmer touches home. 3 unassisted ground out for Cole Alexander. And now it's Brock Kless with 2 outs and the bases now empty. Bottom of the fourth. A sunny, windy night here in the golden heart of Alaska.
I look real good today. I look real good today. I look real good today. Jumping out of my Bentley.
Kless 0 for 2 in the game, reached on an error. And he takes inside, twisting out of the way. Also lined out to short. Munoz would bat should Kless reach. He reaches down and pops this one up high into right. Underneath it is Morris. He will make the catch for out number 3. Panners pick up 1 and lead it 9-4 through 4. New pitcher for the GoldPanners here in the top of the 5th is Caden Hogan. Hogan, number 14.
Heads up concession stand. That foul ball brought to you by the Glass Doctor.
Facing Bula White, then
Glass
Elijah
Doctor
Henning
specializes
and
in
Jack
fixing
Nielsen.
all pains.
Bula White, the designated hitter in the cleanup spot, 0 for 2 so far. Now facing the new pitcher, Caden Hogan. Hard-throwing right-hander. He was a shortstop with the GoldPanners last year, also pitched a little bit. Junior from UC Davis out of Sparks, Nevada, 6'1". And the 1-2.
Nope.
Called ball 2. GoldPanner dugout thought it was strike 3. So Vasquez finished after 4 innings of work. And allowed 4 runs. Four runs on 8 hits for Vasquez. That one is popped up high into shallow left. Munoz calling for it, backing up and making the catch. And Bula White is out number 1 here in the top of the 5th inning.
Now up to bat for the Star Chasers.
Elijah
Number
Henning is
10,
0 for 2 with a couple of
Elijah
strikeouts. Caden Hogan just arrived recently. Hasn't pitched too much this summer and did not get to play this spring because of injuries. Spent much of the year rehabbing, much of the summer before he could join the GoldPanners for his second tour. Elijah Henning and then Jack Nielsen. 9-4, the GoldPanners in front here in the top of the 5th. This one is skied, but it's headed out of play.
That foul ball brought to you by Ringstead Law Office.
Windy night in Fairbanks. Glad to have you with us on PannerVision. We do have the YouTube chat going, so feel free to get involved in that. Way outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. General Manager Randy Barber, the Star Chasers, hoping, really one of the big parts of getting through this season was just to build a base moving forward. Have a, complete the entire season, swing and a miss, and a strikeout of Henning for out number 2. He has struck out all 3 times in the game. And that brings up Jack Nielsen, who's 1 for 2 with a single.
For the Star Chasers, number 19,
And a
Jack
victory of sorts
Nielsen.
to be here in Fairbanks with a full team and complete the year. And then something to build on moving into next year and beyond. Panners have been at it for 62 seasons now. Pretty firm base, I'd say.
Finish him.
Also helps when you have well over 200 former players reach the major leagues. Many, many more in the coaching ranks and front office. Panners are everywhere. Two outs, base is empty, and a 1-2 count on Jack Nielsen. Downstairs 2-2. Panners had an 8-0 lead after 2. 2 in the 3rd and 4th for the Star Chasers to make it 8-4, but the GoldPanners picked up one more in the bottom of the 4th. And a swing and a miss, and a 1-2-3 5th for Caden Hogan with a couple of strikeouts. Half a ball game done. Panners by 5. Marty Munoz comes out to For Whom the Bell Tolls. Good choice, Marty. And then Blake Hiraki and Blake Griffin Harrison, and that one is popped up high into shallow center field. The first pitch to Munoz and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That brings up Blake Hiraki.
Now up to bat for your GoldPanners, number 31, Blake Hiraki.
Hiraki 0 for 2 in the game so far out of Hawaii. Garo Von Dane live here in Fairbanks. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the GoldPanners up by 5. Here in the first of 6 over 5 days with the Flagstaff Star Chasers. And then we will make our Fairbanks exit. And most of these GoldPanners will never set foot in Alaska again. So we're going to soak up the last few days. Yeah, everybody likes to say, I'll be back. I'll be back. I'm coming back. But it's, you know, life happens, man. It's not so easy. Hiraki 0 for 2. Told third base coach earlier today, Ryan Hansen. Hansen, he's got his hands full with a new job that he's going to be starting after the summer. This one is lined to left by Hiraki and a diving catch by T.C. Strickler. Nice play by the left fielder for the Star Chasers to rob Hiraki of a base hit. And so Hansen's been a little tied up, and I say, hey, man, don't forget, we only got a few days left in Alaska. You never know if you're ever coming back. Don't forget to enjoy a little bit here down the stretch. He says, oh, I'm coming back. So, I don't know. You never know, man. I've made it back a few times, but a rare case. Check swing by Harrison, and it's rolled to second. Charging it is Berrigan, and he throws on to first in a 1-2-3 inning for Jimmy Bull. Panners by 5 after 5. Head to the 6th inning here from sunny Growden Memorial Park. A windy, cool night here in Fairbanks, but the sun is fantastic. It's going down a lot earlier than it was on the solstice, June 21st, but still stays up here pretty late. We've had some gorgeous nights and sunsets even over the last few days. Caden Hogan out for his 2nd inning of work, facing Taylor Knight, then Zach Morris and Calvin Soley. Good work for Jimmy Bull in the bottom of the 5th. He retires the GoldPanners 1-2-3. It's the first time that's happened in the game. Panners by 5. Hogan put him down 1-2-3 in the top of the 5th. And now out for his 2nd inning of work for the GoldPanners. Deals up and in for ball 2. Staff ERA for Fairbanks just under 4 coming into the game, and that one is through the left side for a base hit. First hit off of Caden Hogan, and the 9th hit of the game for the Star Chasers.
Now to bat
Taylor
for the Star
Knight
Chasers,
has a
number
leadoff
5,
single here in the
Zach
6th,
Morris.
and that brings up Zach Morris. Well, check that, that's the 10th hit. High fly ball into center field, and that is caught for out number 1 by Brock Kless to take care of Zach Morris. One away for Calvin Soley.
Now to bat for the Star Chasers, number 17, Calvin Soley.
This is just the 3rd appearance for Caden Hogan. Just 1 inning in each of his first 2 appearances. Again, had not pitched since last summer. And in those 2 innings of work, 3 hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts. So far today, 5 batters faced, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. Swing and a miss, nothing, and 2 against Calvin Soley. He was 1 for 2. Panners leading by 5. The Star Chasers with a runner at first and 1 away here in the top of the 6th. Beer Garden already took last call. Everybody hurry up. They must be cold.
Fatality.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. Third strikeout for Hogan. And we go to the top of the order for Drew Berrigan.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Star Chasers, number 29, Drew Berrigan.
Pretty cool. Posted a picture on my Twitter the other day of a couple of the boons here that hang on banners, or the many banners that hang around at Growden Memorial Park. Former GoldPanners, Bob Boone and Brett Boone, next to each other on the wall. Brett kind enough to retweet that. Brett was a GoldPanner in '88. Bob was part of a 1967 team that went 45-10. Ooh, and Hogan drills Drew Berrigan with a fastball. So
That hit by pitch is brought to you by Satterberg Watt.
2 on with 2 outs for TC Strickler.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Now to bat for the Star Chasers, number 11, TC Strickler.
So many great Panners over the years. In those 60s, you had Boone, Bob Boone, Tom Seaver, Rick Monday, Dave Kingman in '68 and '69. In the early '70s, you start with Dave Winfield for a couple of years. Hogan out of TC Strickler with 2 on. Starts with ball 1 away. And it's popped up. Playable. Shamau and Hogan calls him off, and Caden will make the catch for out number 3. No damage done here in the 6th. Head to the bottom of the 6th. Still 9-4 GoldPanners. Tate Shamau for the GoldPanners in the bottom of the 6th. A beautiful sunny Tuesday night here in the Golden Heart. Garrow Von with you live. Chris Carlson on the controls. And we reach the middle of the 6th. And the right-hander, Jimmy Boole, facing Tate Shamau. Good work for Boole in his first inning of work.
Visit golddaughers.com.
Retired the GoldPanners in order
Instagram
in the 5th.
For more information.
Boole, the right-hander from Chandler Gilbert College, 6-foot freshman. On a windy night here in Fairbanks. This was a brutal winter for these hardy folks in Fairbanks. A lot of snow. Cold temperatures in January. After a whole bunch of snow, temperatures warmed up and they had a downpour of rain. And then it all froze. And everything was stuck. Plows couldn't get rid of it.
Heads up, Beer Garden.
It is a tough place to live in the wintertime, no doubt. I mean, it's a gorgeous place to live and fun if you're outdoorsman. But the old shoveling muscles rarely get a break. 0-2 on Shamau leading off the bottom of the 6th. Now, Fairbanks is just a much different story. Pretty far north. We're 6 hours by car north of Anchorage. Anchorage is much milder. Different type of person up here. A liner to short, and it's caught in the air by Henning. And Shamau is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Brings up Brock Rudy, who will be followed by Sean Rimmer.
Brock Rudy.
2 for 3 night for Brock, extended his hitting streak to 18 consecutive games. Popped up to short in the 3rd inning. And he takes ball 1 from Jimmy Boole. Boole, the 3rd pitcher of the game for the Flagstaff Star Chasers. Derek Atkinson, 2 innings, 8 runs, 7 earned. Julian Caesar, 2 innings, 1 unearned run on 2 base hits. The Seals, who were just in town, ran into all sorts of trouble with free passes. Pitchers walked so many GoldPanners in that series. In one game, there was 15 walks and 4 hit batsmen. Just 3 walks issued by Flagstaff pitchers tonight so far. And 1 hit batsman. 3 errors have not helped Flagstaff. Ball and 2 strikes here on Brock Rudy. Creeping in left is T.C. Strickler. And Rudy has power to the opposite field, too. He's shown the ability to hit to all fields this summer. Just foul first base side that time.
Foul ball brought to you by Laborers Local 942.
(9-5) GoldPanners in front. Would like to get some more. Scored 8 in the first 2. And Rudy lines this one to right. A base hit in his 3rd hit of the night. And he's going to try to, no, he'll stop at first base. Thought about stretching it into 2. He'll settle with the 1-out single for Sean Rimmer.
Now up to bat for your GoldPanners, number 22, Sean Rimmer.
pretty ridiculous. Brock Rudy is 20 for his last 28. I mean, that's crazy. Baseball is not that easy. A liner off the glove of the third baseman Nunez for Sean Rimmer. And runners at first and second. Back-to-back hits for Rudy and Rimmer. Sean is having a 3-hit night. He's been on base all 4 times.
Number 4, Matthew Pinal.
And now here's Matthew Pinal, who is 2 for 3 in the game. The 2 through 5 hitters, Rudy, Rimmer, Pinal, and Alexander, have 10 hits. They're 10 for 13 combined. Pinal has driven in a couple, scored twice. Takes a strike. First and second with 1 out. Bull bluffs to second and then drops the baseball. Shortstop Henning wanted to have a few words with his pitcher Jimmy Bull, and they get the sign squared away. And Bull will get back to work here with an 0-1 count on Pinal with Alexander on deck. And the 1-strike pitch. Time is called. Long wait for Bull.
1 eternity later.
Tomorrow night, another 6:30 p.m. start. Same for Thursday, and then Friday just a little bit later, 7 p.m. First pitch. Nothing in 2 on Pinal. Pinal swings and misses for strike 3. Ball is dropped, so both runners will advance. But there are now 2 outs for the GoldPanners. First strikeout for Jimmy Bull.
Now
And brings up Cole Alexander,
number
who's
35, Cole Alexander.
got a triple, a double, an RBI ground out. He has driven in 5 runs today in 3 plate appearances. Second and third, now 2 outs. And it's 1-0. Should Alexander reach, it would be Brock Kless. Right-hander throwing in the pen for Flagstaff. And it's popped back and out of play. It's 1-1 on Cole Alexander.
Glass Doctor specializes
Well, last
in
year the
fixing
GoldPanners
all window panes.
went to the West Coast World Series outside of Sacramento and finished the season out there. And this year heading to Salt Lake City. The Gates World Series, named after Marshall Gates, the foundation that was the catalyst to start the Utah Marshals team. 8 teams will be there. Also saw that the NBC World Series in Wichita announced their field. Again, heavily represented by Kansas team. I think there's 6 Kansas teams. And then teams from nearby. You know, Wichita's close to Oklahoma and Texas, Colorado. So most of the teams from that vicinity. And then, of course, the usuals, the team that's dominated the NBC the last decade, the Santa Barbara Foresters, as well as our old buds, the Seattle Studs, and the San Diego Stars will be there. Here's the 2-2 to Alexander, and he hits this one into right field for a base hit. Berrigan leapt in the air for it, couldn't get to it, and Alexander drives in 2 more. He has 7 runs batted in today. And he's a home run away from the cycle now. Rudy and Rimmer both score. The Panners open up this lead. It's now 11-4 here in the 6th. That's a huge base hit with 2 outs. After the Panners have been limited to 1 run over 3 2/3. Jimmy Boole at a 1-2-3-5, his first inning of work, but run into some problems here in the 6th. But here's a high pop fly, foul territory. First baseman Nielsen makes the catch to take care of Kless. The Panners pick up 2 more on the 2-run single for Cole Alexander. They lead it 11-4, headed to the 7th. 11-4 GoldPanners. They pick up a couple more in the bottom of the 6th. Cole Alexander having an unbelievable night. Double, triple, single, and 7 runs batted in. Here's a ground ball to third on the first pitch from Raymond Padilla to Roberto Garza Nunez. And he has thrown out 5-3. Raymond Padilla into the game, the graduate stationed at nearby Fort Wainwright.
Now
As part of the United States Army. 6 foot, 225 pound right-handed pitcher. And J.J. Walters will pinch hit here for Bula White in the DH cleanup spot. So J.J. Walters out of Southwestern Oregon, 6'2" freshman. Batting for Bula White, who ends an 0-for-3 day at the plate. "12 hits for the GoldPanners, 9 for the Star Chasers. Good work for Caden Hogan, 2 scoreless on just 1 hit. He struck out 3, walked none. Panner pitchers have not walked a batter tonight. 2 hit batsmen, 1 for each pitcher. Popped up right side, and it's going to be Harrison out towards the right field line making the catch to retire Walters. And we are 1 out away from the 7th inning stretch.
Now up to bat for the Star Chasers.
7th inning stretch is different here in Fairbanks. If you're joining us as a viewer on the Flagstaff side of things, keep it right here for the 7th inning stretch. It's not Take Me Out to the Ball Game here at Growden. It hasn't been for a long, long time. Different tradition here in Fairbanks.
That foul ball brought to you by
If you have a
Kelly
kazoo,
Roger.
go get it. 11-4 Panners with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. And the 1-strike pitch is outside for ball 1 to Elijah Henning, who has struck out all 3 times in the game. The 1-1 is down low for ball 2 from Padilla. 2 military veterans on the pitching staff for Fairbanks, Padilla and also Logan Smith. Hard hit ball to left, a base hit for Elijah Henning. First hit of the night, and brings up Jack Nielsen. Panners by 7.
Star Chasers, number 19, Jack
As we get late in the game, final third of the ball game. Padilla making his 9th appearance. He's thrown 18 2/3 on the summer. Just 7 earned runs on 18 hits. 12 strikeouts, 9 walks, earned run average of 3.37. Nielsen fouling that one off his foot, so getting a chance to shake it off momentarily. Panner baseball here on PannerVision on a breezy, chilly Tuesday night at Growden. The turf infield, that ball's in the dirt, and the runner's going to take off for second and get there without a throw. The wild pitch allows Henning to get into scoring position for Jack Nielsen. Natural grass in the outfield, the turf installed in 1985. Approaching 40 years old. Another one in the dirt. The throw to third. Shamau's got it, and the tag is down and out at third base is Henning.
All right, baseball fans.
Hiraki with a strike to third base. Keep it right here, everyone. It's time to get happy.
For visitors that are from Arizona, we do not do take me outs in the ball game. Here in Fairbanks, we listen to Happy Boy.
I was walking on the street on a sunny day.
Hubba, 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 hubba.
A feeling in my bones till I have my way. Hubba, 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 hubba. Oh, I'm a happy boy.
Happy
I'm a
boy.
happy boy.
Happy boy.
Oh, isn't it good when things are going your way?
Hey, hey.
Yeah, my little dog Spot got hit by a car.
Hubba, 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 hubba.
Put his guts in a box and put him in a drawer.
Hubba, 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 hubba.
Oh, I'm a happy boy.
Happy
Oh,
boy.
I'm a happy boy.
Happy boy.
Oh, isn't it good when things are going your way?
Hey, hey.
I forgot all about it for a month and a half.
Hubba, 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 hubba.
I looked in the drawer and started to laugh.
Hubba, 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 hubba.
Cause I'm a happy boy.
Happy
I'm
boy.
a happy boy. Oh, ain't it good when things are going your way? Hey, hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fairbanks does the 7th inning stretch Happy Boy style. New pitcher into the game for the Flagstaff Star Chasers. Now pitching is number 15, Mitchell Musler. Now up to bat for your GoldPanners, number 2, Marty Munoz.
Well, there you hear it. Happy Boy makes his appearance here at the 7th inning stretch. GoldPanners leading 11-4. The Happy Boy song by the Beat Farmers is played here for decades. Happy Boy himself has only been dancing the last couple of years. New pitcher into the game, Mitchell Musler. A right-hander from Embry-Riddle, Mitchell Musler, number 15. 5'11" freshman against Marty Munoz here in the bottom of the 7th. Jimmy Bull goes 2 innings, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits. Struck out 1, walked none.
Visit the Gold Otters.
Musler, the 4th pitcher of the night.
All summer long.
Munoz, Hiraki, and Harrison due up for Fairbanks here in the bottom of the 7th. And strike 3 called as Munoz is having an 0 for 4 night.
Now up to bat for your
Garo Von
GoldPanners,
Dane here in
number 31,
Fairbanks on PannerVision.
Hiraki.
Every game all series long, all summer long. If you miss any of these games, or even part of them, you can catch the archived broadcast on YouTube at your convenience. But of course, it's always better live, right? Hit down the right field line. This one's trouble. It's going to land for a base hit for Hiraki. He's on his way to second base. Ball picked up by Morris, and he throws in, but not in time to get Hiraki, who has his first hit of the night. GoldPanner hits.
Now up to bat for your GoldPanners, number 12, Griffin Harrison.
The 7 out 7. She rolling up the tray. 7 out 7.
Harrison 1 for 2 with a run scored. Walked back in the 2nd inning. Bats here with Hiraki at second base. He had 1 out. Panners got 4 right out of the gates in the 1st inning, 4 more in the 2nd. It was 8-0. Ball low, 2-1. Flagstaff then with 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth. In the third, they got those 2 runs and had the bases loaded with nobody out, but then Steven Vasquez settled down and struck out the next 3 in a row to leave the bases full. Star Chasers, though, got 2 more in the fourth. It was an 8-4 game. But now the Panners 3 unanswered to make it 11-4. And we're now in the bottom of the 7th inning, just 6 outs left for Flagstaff. Harrison with a 3-ball, 1-strike count, and Tate Shimau is on deck. Fouls this one backing out of play. Off day yesterday. We spent, coaches and I spending the day at team president Abraham Siddall's house. Thanks to Abe for hosting us. His beautiful home right on the Chena River. We watched those wild winds blow around. We were out on his deck, and people were on boats, and they were getting blown the other direction. Kayaks, canoes. Strike 3 called on Harrison. Nobody wanted to be on a paddleboard yesterday. Way too windy.
Back to the top of the lineup for your GoldPanners. Number 6, Tate Shimau.
2 down for Tate Shimau. The Chena River, which runs through Fairbanks here. It's beyond the left field fence, a little ways back there. But always busy in the summer with boaters and floaters. People fishing. Goes right through downtown. 2nd Avenue is beyond the left field fence. If you just follow that to the right, takes you right downtown. A metro population of just over 30,000 here in Fairbanks. If you throw in the entire borough, you get up around 100,000. 2 military bases here, Fort Wainwright, the Army base, and then a little outside of town, Eielson Air Force Base. So the population is higher than it feels, but so many of those people are on base. Two balls and a strike to Shimau. He's looking for his first hit of the night. He's walked twice. Swings and misses for strike 2. Thank you, Chris. Delivering reinforcements to the press box. And the 2-2 to Shimau with a runner at second. He grounds one left side, scooped by third baseman Garza Nunez, but not in time to get the speedy Shimau. And he picks up his first hit tonight. An infield single in the 7th inning. And now Gold at the corners. The Panners try to put this one out of reach.
Now up to bat for your GoldPanners. Number 29,
Brock Rudy, a 3 for 4 night tonight. .6'2", 210-pound redshirt sophomore Brock Rudy. And the right-hander Musler starts with a strike. Mitchell Musler, the 4th pitcher for the Flagstaff Star Chasers. Runner takes off. Rudy hits this one high into left field. Strickler there to make the catch, and that's it for the GoldPanners here in the 7th. No runs, 2 hits, a couple left on. We'll go to the 8th. It's the Panners by 7. for the Star Chasers in the top of the 8th inning. It's Jack Nielsen, then Taylor Knight, and Zach Morris, 6, 7, and 8 spots in the batting order. 11-4 GoldPanner lead, top of the 8th. Second inning of work for Raymond Padilla, right-hander for the GoldPanners.
Finish him.
Nielsen was at the plate when Elijah Henning was caught trying to steal third on a wild pitch. The 0-2. Chopped up the middle, charging, scooping, throwing, and getting the out at first is Marty Munoz. One away in the top of the 8th inning as Nielsen is having a 1-for-4 night.
Star Chasers, number 8,
Taylor Knight, 1 for 2 in the game. Was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning, came in to score. GoldPanners with 11 runs on 14 hits. 4 runs, 10 hits for Flagstaff. Sun is out, wind blowing left to right. A chilly night here in Fairbanks. High fly ball to left. Rudy going back. He's going back to the warning track, looking up, now moving to his left, and he is able to find that baseball and make the catch on the track in front of the Tommy G's sign. And quickly 2 up and 2 down here in the 8th inning. Hard hit ball for Knight.
Back to the Star Chasers, number 5, Zach Morris.
And here's Zach Morris. 2 for 3 with a double and a single. For the Panners in the 8th, it'll be Rimmer, Pinal, and Alexander. Alexander a home run away from the cycle tonight. No Panner has hit for the cycle this summer. Alexander with 7 RBIs tonight. Season high. Strike called, it's 0-2. Padilla to Zach Morris. Swing and a miss on a pitch that lands in front of home plate, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for Raymond Padilla. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 11-4 GoldPanners. The 2-2 to Flores. Line to left, a base hit. Hiraki scores. Here comes Munoz. He'll beat the throw home. And both runners go to second and third. It's 9-6 GoldPanners. Rafael Flores drives in a couple of more. Lines one up the middle and through. A base hit. Rudy scores. Flores tries to evade the tag, but he is thrown out at home by Marquez. So the intentional walk to Rudy will load the bases, and that puts the winning run at first base. And they're going to take their chances with Rafael Flores. So the sophomore out of Anaheim, California, from Rio Hondo. Will stand in against Brady Schrank. How about the drama here tonight? Another 2-2 on the way. And he hammers this one deep to left. It's carrying, it's back, and it's gone! A grand slam walk-off home run for Rafael Flores. The Panners win it over the Pirates. And they celebrate at home plate. Rafael Flores with the bomb onto 2nd Avenue. Can you believe it? We go to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Growden. The GoldPanners comfortably in front, 11-4. And some changes for the Star Chasers. Right fielder Zach Morris takes over on the mound. So Zach Morris now pitching. And J.J. Walters, who was in the DH spot after pinch hitting in the 7th, now is in right field. So J.J. Walters in right, Zach Morris on the mound. He is the 5th pitcher of the game. Musler goes just 1 inning. No runs on 2 hits, a couple of strikeouts, no walks. Sean Rimmer, the batter, and the 1-ball pitch is hit just foul. Just foul.
That foul ball brought to you by Foundation Health Partners.
Rimmer's been on base every time. 3 hits and was also hit by a pitch. He has scored 4 runs in the game. Zach Morris, the Chico State outfielder / pitcher, 6'1", senior. Chico had a great hitting team this year. Here's the 1-2, a swing and a miss from Rimmer, and he will be retired for the first time in the game. And we'll bring up Matthew Pinal. 2 for 4 night for Matthew with a couple of RBIs and 2 runs scored. GoldPanners have won 5 in a row and 9 of 10. Outside for ball 1 from Zach Morris. And after Pinal is Cole Alexander. Panners led 8-0 after 2. It was 8-4 in the middle of the 4th. This one is hit high into center field. Soley is there to make the catch. 2 up and 2 down for Morris.
Now
here in the 8th.
GoldPanners, number 35, Cole
Alexander, a double, a triple, a single. And 7 runs batted in. You know what he's going to be trying to do here? He does have power. And he takes a big swing and fouls this one off.
That foul ball brought to you by Hometown Physical Therapy.
Alexander with 2 home runs this summer. Two outs, base is empty. The 1-1 pitch is lined foul out of play. For the Star Chasers in the 9th, it'll be number 9 hitter Calvin Soley, followed by Drew Berrigan and T.C. Strickler. They're a combined 4 for 10 in the game. Another foul ball, 1 and 2. Bases empty, 2 away. And Alexander facing Zach Morris. A little colder here tonight than Zach's used to in Chico, California. The 2-2 to Cole. fouls it off towards the Flagstaff dugout.
One of the beats, tackle, with Jambo.
The payoff pitch, and it's ball 4. Alexander disappointed.
Bruh. Bruh.
But he'll accept the walk, and he will come a home run short of the
Now
cycle
it's back
tonight.
for GoldPanners, number 25, Brock Kless.
And here's Brock Kless. Brock 0 for 4 tonight out of the 6th spot. Nodding here with a runner at first base, 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. The Panners leading by 7. And it's outside for ball 1. Star Chasers coached by David Deutschman, who again played for the GoldPanners in the summer of 2009 and is the nephew of Mickey Deutschman, who passed away just about 2 years ago at the age of 78. Ran the long-time program there, the Barona Stars, also known as the San Diego Stars. NBC Hall of Famer. Mickey also coached at Grossmont College and at West Hills High School. Coached the Stars for 35 years, winning over 1,100 games. And in 2014 was voted into the Semi-Pro Hall of Fame before the NBC Hall of Fame. A beloved figure in the world of baseball, Mickey Deutschman. Here's the 2-2 to Brock Kless. Fouled back to the wall. GoldPanners losing not 1 but 2 legendary head coaches this past year. Jim Dietz, 16-year GoldPanner head coach, all-time winningest, and longtime San Diego State head coach, as well as Ed Sheff, who won 16 national titles at Lewis Clark State, and a national title with the GoldPanners here in 2002. Three-two pitch to Kless. Fouls it back to the wall. Alexander at first base with 2 away, and the right-hander Morris misses way up high for ball 4. Back-to-back walks after getting the first 2 outs. And it continues for Marty Munoz. Marty an 0 for 4 night so far.
GoldPanners, number 2, Marty Munoz.
Munoz a strikeout victim 3 times tonight. Tomorrow night's game starts at 6:30 p.m. just like tonight. This game nearing the 3-hour mark. 3-0 after back-to-back walks to Alexander and Kless. Hiraki on deck. And a strike called. 3-1. DeMunoz. Three and two. $11 runs on 14 hits for the GoldPanners. 4 runs, 10 hits for the Star Chasers. Swings and chops this one. Off the mound is Morris. Turns and throws to first. And they get the out at first base. And that's it for the Panners here in the 8th. Last chance for Flagstaff when we come back. 11-4 GoldPanners.
Soleil.
Well, here we go, 9th inning of game 1 of this 6-game set. GoldPanners leading 11-4. Raymond Padilla trying to finish this one off, go the final 3 innings. He would earn a save. Facing Calvin Soleil, he was 1 for 3 in the game. Then Drew Berrigan and T.C. Strickler.
Foundation Health Partners.
Steven Vasquez, 4 innings, 4 runs on 8 hits. Caden Hogan, 2 innings, no runs on 1 hit.
Finish him.
And now Raymond Padilla. This one is blooped up. Foul territory. Trying to get to it is Hiraki, and he can't quite reach it. Soleil's alive with an 0-2 count.
By the Fairbanks Daily News Miner.
Raymond Padilla. 2 innings so far. No runs on 1 hit. He has faced the minimum 6 batters. Popped up and playable for Harrison. And he makes the catch. 1 away here in the 9th inning. Top of the order, Drew Berrigan. He's 2 for 3. Star Chasers made noise in the 3rd and 4th. 2 runs in each.
Drew Berrigan.
But haven't really threatened since then. just 2 hits since the 4th inning, both singles. Big curveball for a strike from Padilla on Berrigan. RBI double in the 4th, singled in the 3rd, was hit by a pitch in the 6th. And a strike called.
Finish him.
Panner pitchers have not walked a batter tonight. And there's a liner to right. That's a base hit, and it's in the gap. Rimmer on the run. Kless is going to get to that baseball at the wall, and a stand-up double for Drew Berrigan here in the 9th. Brings up Strickler. So Berrigan with 2 doubles tonight and a 3 for 4 night from the top of the order.
TC Strickler.
Strickler 1 for 4 with an RBI single. Padilla looks at the runner at second, and his first pitch is inside to Strickler. That of Embry-Riddle. That one is down and in and off the glove of Hiraki. It'll go to the backstop. And the runner will go to third. Pass ball off the glove of Hiraki. Steven Vasquez snapping away. He likes to take Alexis Friedman camera and take lots of pictures. That one hits Strickler.
That hit by pitch is brought to you by Satterberg Law Office.
And 2 aboard here in the 9th with 1 out. Star Chasers not done yet.
Now to bat for the Star Chasers, number 21, Roberto
Runners
Garza
at the corners for
Nunez.
Roberto Garza Nunez. He's 1 for 4 with a single. Panner pitchers have struck out 10 in the game. 1 for Padilla. He could use another one here. And he deals one in the dirt. Nobody throwing in the Panner bullpen. And a one-hopper over the mound. Harrison to the bag for 1, on to first, and a wild throw. So safe at first base, and will be granted second base, Will Nunez. He drives in the 5th run of the game for the Star Chasers.
Now to bat for the Star Chasers, number 14, J.J. Walters.
And there are 2 away.
That foul ball brought to you by Usabeli Coal Mine.
Fielder's choice and an error, allowing Nunez to second base. And hit high into right field. And there to make the catch is Sean Rimmer for out number 3.
And ladies and gentlemen,
The GoldPanners take game 1
the final score of the
from the Flagstaff Star Chasers
5
by a final score of 11 to 5.
Yourself a round of applause. You just endured
11 runs, 14 hits
hits
for the GoldPanners. A couple errors. 5 runs, 11 hits, 3
If you have
errors.
been consuming alcohol, please designate someone safe to get you home safely.
for the Flagstaff Star Chasers. And that's how Game 1 concludes here from Growden Memorial Park in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you all for joining us for GoldPanners Baseball here on PannerVision. We've got Game 2 tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m.
Sandy Bunting. Good night.
Remember to hit the subscribe button on the YouTube page and follow the GoldPanners on all these social media sites. High fives all around for the GoldPanners here at Growden. Panners win it 11-5 in a game that took exactly 3 hours. For Chris Carlson, I'm Garo Von Dane saying so long from beautiful Fairbanks, Alaska. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night. If you missed any of this game, you can catch the archive version on YouTube. Good night.